Hi, John Prendergast, founder of Therapy and Coaching Success here. You're really welcome to this video. Before I tell you a bit about Facebook for therapists and coaches, I want to show you something astounding. This is a screenshot of something that appeared in my Facebook feed. It is an ad that was taken out by Google AdWords, paying money to Facebook to advertise Google's advertising and try and get me off the Facebook platform. This is phenomenal because Facebook and Google are two of the biggest rivals on the planet. The fact that Google is offering me €75 of free money's worth of credit on their advertising system, but that they're paying Facebook to advertise this for them, it just shows you how astoundingly powerful Facebook is. This blew me away. If I had any questions about how useful Facebook was, this answers every one of them. Google is paying Facebook to advertise Google's advertising products. Incredible. So I built this system primarily because 70% of therapists and coaches stop in the first year or go incredibly part-time. What I needed to get me over 37 years of anxiety and depression, and this was bad anxiety, this was ruining my life, and the depressive periods were really bad at times. I mean, those times I was sleeping 16 hours a day. We're not talking about feeling a bit low and a little bit of worry here. It was crushing. What got me over that was around before I was born, and it was available where I lived before I was born. It wasn't an issue of it was new or it wasn't available or it was too expensive. I could have afforded it at any point if I'd just known about it. But since most therapists give up because they're not putting the message out there, they're not finding enough clients, they're not able to keep going, it means that nobody is hearing about what's out there. And we tend to live in a bubble where we talk to other therapists and coaches a lot, and we assume that everybody is clued in about this stuff. We assume that they understand it, that they have an awareness of it. There is much less awareness out there than we expect because we are in a bubble of people who talk about this to a much higher level. So we assume much more. 70% go out of business or very part-time in their first year. And this is across every modalities I've spoken to people in. They all are saying this. So it is just crazy. The odds are that the best therapists and the best coaches out there aren't working because it's not about how good you are as to how busy you are. It's about who knows about you and can come to you. That's how you find out how good you actually are and how much of a difference you can make. So the odds are that too many of the good people are just having to give up. And I see this all the time, people going back into industry or getting a day job just for money because they can't afford to keep going, delivering help, helping people, doing the thing they want and keep the roof over their head. It is just appalling. We're really keen to help people in general. We're a passionate lot. I mean, it matters to us. When I work with coaches and therapists, it's always about the people. But we're not actually trained to reach those people who actually need our help. It's a huge disconnect. I have yet to meet a single therapist or coach who was adequately trained by the Training Institute, a group that trained them and got them out there. I certainly wasn't when I started, and I had to learn the hard way. I don't want anyone to go through what I had to go through to be successful. It was so much effort, so much expense, and it didn't need to be. If I'd just known the psychology of connection, how to use Facebook, how to campaign, all these things, it would have been so simple. We don't know how to earn a living is kind of the bottom line that comes from that. If we can't connect with people, we're not seeing enough clients, and it just holds us back. And most people don't know the help is there. That's the nightmare scenario, or they don't understand that the type of help is actually relevant to what they're suffering. This is the absolute nightmare scenario because in this one, we're not making an income, we're not supporting our families doing what we want to do. We have to go get a job we don't want to be doing, and people continue to suffer. That's why I put together this course. So the system I designed cut my advertising budget from about $6,500 a year, that was €5,750 at the time, to just $285, about €250 in a year. So it's a massive saving. It's a saving of over $6,200 in a single year. Would you like to save $6,200 in advertising budget? Because that's the potential. That's what I've managed to do with this system. It also cut my marketing time down to just 1 hour a week. Could you spend 1 hour a week getting the message out there and use the other hours in the week to actually help someone? That's what we're after. And this leaves me booked out year round. I have a waiting list all year round on this. That's what I've worked out. This is what has made such an amazing difference in my practice. And that's huge amounts more people helped. And I've been helping them one-to-one. I've been training people in seminars to do this, showing people how to do it in courses and in print materials. I have gotten so many people who've actually gotten these results. It's not just me that's getting results with Facebook. This is a letter from Michael Welsh, who's a hypnopsychotherapist, who I trained a little while back. And the punchline of this is, I can safely say now that almost 80% of my clients find me through my Facebook page. 80% of his clients. Building up a following now and have had clients from Facebook for the first time, so your training works, it's official from Mountain Styles. John Prendergast has finally provided the missing link, which for me as a therapist is effective marketing, a really user-friendly course targeted specifically at therapists, a wonderful practical course from Orla Chambers. John gave me the information I need to start my business. Gillian Collins. John explains some very powerful techniques in a very clear and easy to understand way from Shane, and very educational and easy to do, evidence-based. I'm so happy that Sandra Graham mentioned the evidence-based part there, because this is based on what has actually worked. What is it that I've done, tracked and seen to be working, and what other people are getting results with. So I'm going to rapid fire you just through the modules so you know exactly what you're going to get in this course. Module 1, which comes in the first week, you get why Facebook wins, understanding what is special about Facebook and how this lets you help more of the right people, your ideal clients, how you find them, how you connect with them, using the psychology that connects. This is massive. This is just the thing that makes everything else work. This is bedrock that lets your messages actually do value. You can put out any amount of stuff. If you don't connect with people, then it didn't work. But once you've got the connection psychology down, then you can put a message out anywhere with a much better degree of success. So that's module 1. The following week, module 2 brings you through what do you need in place to have a continuing flow of clients coming in with this, so that it's not just about a flash in the pan now, it's about what next week, what next month, what next year. How do you get more clients coming in continually as you go forward? Takes you through how to set up your business page on Facebook, your profile. If you're not even on Facebook, you'll find there's some videos there that just are a recording of my screen showing you exactly, click here, do this, set this up. Take all the guesswork out of this. I make this so user-friendly and so simple. If you are already on there, we optimize your page. We optimize the information you've got there to make sure you're getting the massive maximum connection that you can possibly get from the clients. And I show you what it is that you need to make all this work, and it's a lot less than what most people think. But doing the right stuff wins. Then I show you one of the best advert options and top 10 tips for posting on Facebook, because there's a number of options for how you can advertise on Facebook. 2 of them do most of the heavy lifting for us. 1 of them does nearly all the work. Like 90% of all the success I've had is from one advertising type. Had I known just this when I started, I would have saved $2,500 in my first year on Facebook, because that's what it cost me to work this out by myself. I also give you my top 10 tips for posting so you can be more successful with your posts straight away at that point. In module 4, you get how to make shared content useful. There's a number of pitfalls that can happen if you're sharing stuff from newspapers or articles from magazines. A lot of people think that's really easy and successful. It is really easy. Often it holds us back. I'll show you why and what the problems are there, and I'll show you how to make that incredibly useful to get way better results, make much better connection, and get much more results from clients when it comes to using that. And I'm going to take you through the post structure that works, a more detailed post structure that hits all the boxes to really build that connection and help that person to reach out and choose you. And then in module 5, really big, a masterclass in how to get noticed and read. Because if you've got a great post there, you've got all the information in it, if people don't spot it, and if they're not intrigued enough in the first little bit to actually choose to read more, then that message wasn't connecting with them. It only connects with them when they actually read it, when they connect with that. So module 5 is a masterclass on how to get noticed and how to get read. That is phenomenal there. Module 6 is the paint by numbers system through that structure of post. And anatomy of the successful post is broken down into exercises where you're going to get it all right. You're going to break it down into what does your client suffer, what do they experience, what do they need to hear. We're going to get all that language right. We're going to get all the elements that need to be in there to make this way more successful. This is huge by itself. Then in module 7 and 8, we have a 2-part strategy masterclass where I take you through campaigning the easy way. What it is that I've done, how it works, breaking it down in detail, going through all the posts and showing what's the psychology behind them, what's the stuff that wins the easiest, how do you schedule, what should your budget be. All those elements are broken down really simply to where this can be so easy. And this is the campaigning structure that for $250 brought me in over $20,000 of new clients. I'm going to take you through every element of that in those 2. And in module 9, the second last module, is video the easy way. Video can be hugely powerful. In May of last year, I produced a video that I'm not even in. So I didn't have to stand in front of a camera for this. And I put it out there with about $30 behind it. I had to stop advertising it at that point because I was inundated with clients. You can be just blown out of the water in terms of how successful video can be. So we're going to go into how you can produce video, the options, the strategies, the types of videos that really work, and how it all comes together on Facebook in module 9. And the final module is on sustainability, keeping going, using those seasonal factors so that you can be ahead of the game, not have quiet periods, and find that actually you can spend less time advertising and less money advertising by using seasonal factors already existing there to make it easier for people to choose you. So this is a phenomenal course. It takes you through everything I do that got me from empty to where I was busy, to where I have a waiting list, and to where I continue so easily to stay booked out. And these days I'm staying booked out on less than 1 post a week. Typically I'm posting once every 2 weeks, and I'm spending less than $1 a day to keep that waiting list. So this is all of the stuff that's taken me to this point that I want to share with you in this course. So when I put together this course, I asked one of the leaders in online courses to take a look at it and say to me, what did he think was the value of this course? And looking at what was in it, he said I would be crazy to offer this for less than €2,000. So let's take a conservative estimate of half that. So let's say 997. I'm going to do you a special offer here today, but I'm also going to throw in some other stuff with this. A lot of people have a lot of trouble with their websites. We go to a web designer, we get them to put up a website, and it doesn't work typically. We get very little result from it. We get a few people, but not much. And usually the problem is, a web designer is not an expert in connecting with your clients. But we assume that they are, and we let them make those decisions, and that typically doesn't work. They're experts in making it look good, making the technology work, but that's very different from how do you connect with the client and get them to actually reach out for help. So I put together a 3-part course. This is an entire 3-part course on how to get your website to work in terms of the psychology, what should be on it, where you put things, taking all the guesswork out of that whole side of things. That normally retails at €147. I'm going to throw that in today with this. I'm also going to give you another training module, which is on how to get results with email replies. I was amazed at how often in seminars people would say to me, I get an email from somebody and I answer it and I never hear from them again. And that struck me as odd, because if somebody's gone to the trouble of reaching out to you in that way, they obviously understand and know something about what you do, and they've made the first effort. They should be coming in. They should be the people who are most likely to come into you. But something was going wrong. So I looked through what a lot of people were doing, and I worked out what was the problem, and I worked out what's the solution to that. And I put together a training module that will take you through an exact play-by-number system on how to get results from written communication that way. Email, Facebook messaging, even on a written letter, the same stuff will work. So I'm putting that in there too. That normally retails at €47. And I'm including the big one, the Ask John Anything bonus. With this, you have a whole year from the end of the course where you can ask me anything. So if you're not sure, are you doing this right, or is that the best way to do it, or could it be used for something else, you can just ask me and I will personally answer you. This is a level of access that even my elite coaching clients who are paying me thousands per year don't have. So this has to be worth at least €1,000. That's a total value of over €2,100. I am offering that today for a single payment of €347. You get the lot. That is a saving of over €1,900. You would be crazy not to go for this. This is a phenomenal course. This is everything that not only would have saved me thousands at the start, and it is saving me thousands every single year in my advertising budget, but it's enabling me to earn tens of thousands extra. Now, I can't guarantee you're going to get the results I got, but I can show you the exact system that I'm using and show you why it works, how it works, and give you all the information there so that you can implement it yourself and get your best results as you go. I'm also standing so much behind this that I'm giving you a rock solid guarantee. If this isn't the best training you've ever had on Facebook marketing, you'll just get your money back. I have never encountered anything out there that has any of this game. I don't know anybody who has actually gone through in a recession, built a successful therapy and coaching practice, and had to learn the hard way how to do it, and is now offering that insight on such a level. So I am completely 100% behind this. If you're not happy with this, you will get your money back. So go ahead right now, click the link below and join us, and you'll have the first video in moments. Start this journey of getting your help to even more people today. You would be crazy not to. Just think of what you can achieve with this course. So click that link, join me now. I can't wait to see you in the first video in moments, and please keep sharing your help.